We welcome you to the Augusta Civic Center as Munzing Mediasports.com brings you this Moose Call as the University of Maine at Augusta will play host to Southern Maine Community College in a key YSCC matchup here from the Augusta Civic Center. First game on tap here tonight. The women will take on the women of Central Maine Community College. The Seawolves are in the house here tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob Munzing. I'm joined here by Andy Munzing. He'll be running our cam, doing our color commentary. Yours truly will be doing the play-by-play, and I'll be running the computer here tonight. As our other third wheel here is Nate Munzing. He's coming back from a trip out of state here. So just the two of us, Andy and I, will bring you this one here tonight. This should be a good one, Andy. Let's take a look at the standings here across the league in women's basketball as we take a look here at the 2017-2018 standings. It's Central Maine Community College. They played 5 games. They got a 5-0 record in conference, 9-1 overall. Southern Maine in here tonight. They've played 3 games in the conference. They're 3-0 on the season. They've played 7 games overall. They're in here at 5-2. The University of Maine at Augusta has played 4 games. They are 3-1 in the conference. 6 games overall, 5-1. So you can see the good matchup here as Central, Southern, and the University of Maine at Augusta, the top 3 teams in the league. Then NHTI, Paul Smith College, Maine Machias, Unity, Vermont Tech, and Hampshire round out the standings here in women's basketball. Well, we want to give a hearty congratulations out and give a Moose Call out here to the players of the week. Caitlin LaFountain here on the left, Women's Player of the Week. And on the right, Dustin Simpson Bragg, Yankee Small Conference Champion, Conference Players of the Week, YSCC. So congratulations to the two Moose. We're here for the Moose Call. I want to thank Kim Dowling for her help here in getting everything set up tonight, as well as all the support staff here. Jennifer Laney, of course, the head coach, athletic director here at UMA, up here to make sure that we have all the goodies here. Some special things going up here as we move off the screen here for the Players of the Week, and we'll go down on the floor and get some more of the pregame introductions.
The YSCC Sportsmanship Creed states, the YSCC promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize the outstanding performance of opponents, and exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidated actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of the competition. Tonight, the UMA Moose are playing the SMCC Seawolves.
So we'll have the starters.
For the Seawolves, a guard from Portland, Maine, number 3, Abigail Ramirez.
Abby Ramirez gets to start.
A guard from J Maine, number 4, Emily Hogan.
Emily Hogan.
A guard from Plainstown, New Hampshire, number 5, Alicia Ruth.
Alicia Ruth.
A forward from Thompson, Vermont, number 15, Emily Emerson.
Emily Emerson.
And a guard forward from Regat, Vermont, number 21, Jordan Ferguson.
And Jordan Ferguson. Katie Bergeron is the head coach for the Seawolves, and that is their starting 5. Now we'll get the starting 5 for your Moose. Glad you could join us here from the Augusta Civic Center.
And now, for your UMA Moose. A guard from Dixmont, Maine, number 10, Sydney Moore.
Sydney Moore, the guy, gets the start.
A guard from Washburn, Maine, number 12, Carmen Bragg.
Carmen Bragg will be the other guard. She'll handle most of the ball handling duties.
Maine, number 15, Dominique Lewis.
Dominique Lewis, the outside bombardier for the Moose.
From Thompson, Maine, Number 21, Caitlin LaFountain.
Caitlin LaFountain out of Mount Ararat High School.
From Solon, Maine, number 43, Kate.
And Kate Stevens will round out the starting five. As we said, the Moose are coached by Jennifer Laney. Laurie Ficker is her assistant.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and remove your caps from playing in the...
So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we do, we will have the tip-off of this one after this.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munzing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munzing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. So getting set for the tip-off here, high above courtside, the Munzing Media crew for this Moose call. Some things going on here tonight that we'll keep you track on here. Have some halftime interviews. So a couple of alumni shout-outs I got here from Coach Laney, Jamie Plummer. Jamie's down in Florida studying at North Florida University. Hello, Jamie. Miss you up here. You're a lot warmer than we are, Jamie. And Keith Chesley, who's in Florida, studying at Florida State University, working as a grad assistant for the men's basketball program. A couple of the alums watching live and in living color as we bring you this one high above courtside at the Augusta Civic Center. Tip goes deep. I thought the Moose were going to get on it, but it came to Abby Ramirez. And an easy put up and out. Everybody was confused at the start of that one, Andy. It looked like nobody was quite sure whose ball it was and where everybody was going, what was going on. It was kind of a lull in the action. Ramirez with it now. She'll be outside. Two of the better teams here. Foghausen's got it back. She's glassing home. So Farquharson got the first points of the night here. Moose looking to break the press. Stevens with it, in trouble. She's harassed, and we're going to get a hell ball. It'll go to the Moose, but not the way you want to start off breaking the press.
No, that's usually the part of the zone that gives you trouble because you get across midline and the timeline, and then you kind of think that you're okay, and then if you hesitate for a second in that part of the zone, that's exactly where they want you to try to get your bearings, and they pounce on you and usually get a turnover. So the Moose are trying to get themselves out of that part of the zone. 9:18 to go here early on in this one.
Yeah, I forgot I have to run the clock and do all that stuff. So our clock is going to be unofficial. It's just the two of us here tonight, so some things may lag a little bit. If I sound like I'm distracted, I probably am. So we'll try to catch up on the clock. 2-0. We'll try to keep the score in the time. We won't have a shot clock tonight. Left side is held. Ramirez is going to hold out there. Swung around there. It went to Emerson. Emerson got it right side. This is on the take for Hogan. No, it won't go, and LaFountain's got the rebound. Caitlin's been doing a fantastic job board pounding. Back it goes to Stevens. She's going to get rejected by the smallest one on the court, Abby Ramirez. So we're going to let the clock go, see if we can't catch up during some of these stop times. 8:43 left in the first quarter, so we'll catch up eventually. Here comes the inbounds for the Moose. Stevens in. Bragg's going to pop. Got it.
Number 12, Carmen Bragg.
Carmen with a 3 ball. 3 too early. And we've been talking about Carmen maybe taking her shot a little bit more, and you saw it right out of the gate that time.
Well, if I'm the Moose, I'm going to go right down and funnel my first couple of possessions. Not necessarily, you don't try to force a shot to create a hot hand. You want to give a shooter opportunities where they feel comfortable taking the shot. So,
steal here. Farquharson hit another one, so she's out of the gate early here for the Seawolves. She's got there 5 points. She's got a 2 and a 3. Ramirez now. Farquharson's a left-hander, so you got to watch that left hand, which LaFountain does. Good matchup here between two good players. We saw a really good matchup between LaFountain and Brooke Reynolds the other night. .755. We're close to catching up here. Skipped into Ramirez. She's got it. On the shot clock is 5. Stolen away. Stevens got a hand in, stole away. Dormy Lewis with it. Head of the pack looks for Caitlin LaFountain. Nice bounce pass underneath. It goes back outside for the pop, and that won't get down. That was Sydney Moore with the pop. Second chance opportunity going to go out.
both teams getting up and down the floor early.
So we're back on time with the score. Skipped in underneath. Back outside. Common's going to pop again. She's got one. Does she got two? No, won't go. And rebound in underneath. Got a foul in the action. 5-3 early on here in the first. 7:22 left. Common Bragg to inbound here for your Moose. Glad you could join us here on Muncie Media Sports.
Okay.
Tipped out again. Al Cloutier, one of the officials. Who else did I see down there? Mike Paquette.
John McGlaughlin.
John McGlaughlin.
Yep.
3 good officials here assigned to this game. Common with it. Outside to Dormy Lewis. Sydney Moore holds. Back outside. Stevens way out. Pops it. No, won't go. It's boxed around, and it's going to come to Emerson. Emerson's going to be fouled. As we said, the number 2 and 3 teams, Central at 1, Southern, UMaine, locked in that other battle. Outside now. Ramirez, Abby Ramirez, let's get it off to the right side. That was popped outside by Emerson. It didn't go, and rebounds pulled down. Comes Sid with it. Get it over to Carmen, and Carmen's going to pop home.
Carmen Bragg.
So Bragg for 2.
Yeah, I'd get Carmen over on that left side. Like I had said, kind of start funneling some offensive opportunities through her hands. She's got 5 early on.
That's popped around. Stevens has got it. Kate to Caitlin. Off to Dormy Lewis. Here comes Lewis on the drive. The scoop, she got rejected underneath, and it looked to me like Brett got all ball, but it looks like they're going to call a foul anyway.
You got to keep that body under control, too.
We're leaving the clock go to try to catch up again. 5-5, 6:18. First one for Dormy. She's got it. Dormy Lewis has got 2 of them. Moose with their first lead at 7-5. Here comes Southern. Abby Ramirez back outside. Emerson stopped, popped, and got it. Good job by Emerson. She got cut off, but she stopped it and popped it home.
A lot of times you see once the baseline is shut off that the offensive player automatically will just stop and try to pass the ball as opposed to surveying the situation and seeing the open shot.
Dormy way downtown, rings it in and out, boxing around for the rebound. It's going to come down here to Southern. Emerson with it. Gets it back outside. Now Ramirez, Abby Ramirez. Runs the show outside. Ramirez goes right side. She's fearless, takes it hard, but no, won't roll in, and LaFountain, another rebound. Remember, Caitlin coming off Player of the Week, along with Dustin Simpson-Bragg. Stevens tries to give and go, doesn't go. Carmen's got it. They'll swing it. Held outside by Moore. Moore's going to pop a long one. Nobody underneath there except for Southern, and they had an easy bounce. 7-7. Just about the 5-minute mark here. We're halfway through this first one. Rob Munzing and Andy Munzing are along for this Moose call tonight. Goes into the post. Doubled inside. Good job. They got Amanda Brett doubled inside. And looks like we're going to get the timeout here on the floor. So,
well, if I'm Coach Laney down in there, that last possession there where they got the ball down and on the low block.
Yeah, they got it down into Brett there, and she went to try to go to work in there. Amanda Brett, the freshman out of Portland.
Well, that was one of the first times in the game today where they deliberately worked the ball down in. So with the 7-7 game here early on in the first quarter, you want to make sure that you've got your defensive presence down underneath, down on the block for the weak side rebounding. And if you're going to step across basket line, that you need that rotation from the elbow down to get that backside pass covered.
So Carmen Bragg will get set to come get the ball. No, she didn't. Said they went to Lewis. Now Bragg's got it, and it's thrown over her head and out of bounds.
I don't think they drew that play up on the sideline.
I don't believe they did. Seven. Teams going after each other here. Been a low-scoring one. Ramirez. Abdul with it, number 14, and LaFountain with another rebound. Got her for at least 3, maybe 4 already. Here comes Carmen. Carmen's been good offensively. I don't think that Caitlin's had a shot yet. Here goes Lewis through, and it's off her thigh and out of bounds. Seawolves basketball. Tied at 7. 4:10 left. Ramirez. She's on Lewis. They come inside. Good step over defense that time by LaFountain. Head and shoulder fake. Nicely done. LaFountain comes over, gets called on the foul. That's her second, so that starts to factor in a little bit here with Caitlin LaFountain. 2 fouls here in the first. Second team foul, so she's got them both. First one rolls out. Trying to break the 7-7 tie. So LaFountain will go out. Back in the game is Kate Stevens.
And what that does is it forces UMA to get into their bench early on here in the first quarter, where the bench for CM looks as though they can go 4 or 5 deep. And that could come into play in the later stages of the game.
8-7, 4 minutes left. Come the Moose, head of the pack, and stolen away, and going to get a call. Ramirez, that's the third team foul, Ramirez. Abdul. Dishes underneath. Farquharson got it back over to Abdul. Farquharson with the rebound. She can't get it home, and Abdul will reset the offense. Ramirez out front. Abby Ramirez. New shot clock. It's at 20. Abdul, left side. There's a tumble down inside. It's hitting the deck was Emily Emerson. Up and no. Rebounds pulled down there by Moore. And we got a foul. It'll be the third team foul on the Seawolves. Both teams now at 3. 8-7. You see the score. Comes the Seawolves pressure. It's inbound to Bragg. Sidney Moore, nice pass underneath, and you saw the bump there very clearly. He was getting bumped off the play was Catherine Sanborn. So that was on the floor. It'll be a Sanborn tried to get it inside. There was really nobody there. Moves to inbound, and it comes. Sanborn's got it. Put it up. She got a rebound. Gets it back outside. Comes out high here to Moore. Up and in for Kate Stevens. So Kate Stevens put the Moose up by 9-8. Ramirez goes. Beats her person off the dribble. Gets two. Oh, that was Ramirez. I'm sorry. Back the other way is Sidney Moore for two. Back and forth we go. Lead changes. Been a closely contested game from the get-go. A little low scoring. 3-point basket that time. Popped home outside. Cariotis.
We're starting to heat up now. Couple up and downs here. Points for each side. A lot of fouls being called tonight. Defense not moving their feet, reaching in, getting caught on blocks. That's the type of game it's going to be. That's the way the refs have laid down the framework for the game today, so the players have to adapt.
Going to make our clock official right now. 1:51 left. 13-11. Common is good. Common's had a good offensive first quarter here for the Moose. She's going to be their high scorer. She's got a 3, 5, 7 points. I got her down for unofficially.
Carmen Bragg, too good for line.
Ramirez holding outside. Tried to save, but it came right to Common. Common, head of the pack we come. Emily Billings with it. Billings back outside. They've got a wide open Sidney Moore for three.
Needed that one.
Sidney hit a three ball. 16-13. The Moose, they did a good job. Got the steal. Found Moore all alone in the corner. She knocked down a netter. Ramirez trying to make some room. Takes a little pop outside. Won't go. It's came off of Domi Lewis, and now inside. We're going to get a stoppage in plays. We get a push underneath. 1:04 left here. 16-13 Moose. No free throws yet, as that's fourth foul on the Moose. Next one they'll shoot. Comes back out to Ramirez. She's looking to make something happen out there. Drives into the paint, dishes inside, and travel. But nice feed inside to Brett, but Brett traveled. Moves to inbound. They'll have about 50 seconds here in the first. They'll have to get a shot off, obviously. That's a good step in by Ramirez. Abby Ramirez tries to go coast to coast, and Domi Lewis is going to get called on the foul. And that'll be a shooting situation as it's the fifth foul. First on Dominique Lewis. Remember, Caitlin LaFountain went out with 2 fouls early on in this one, so that's factored in, I think, a little bit, Andy, to the Moose flow here.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, when you have one of your players that not only plays defense very well, but also figures in on more than one aspect on the offense, you're losing a big player, not just a body.
Well, she's a great floor player. She's a terrific rebounder, and so we'll have to see what Coach Laney wants to do coming out of the break here.
Well, and if I am the UMA Moose right now, with the depth and players over on the CM side, and a couple people in foul trouble on my side, probably want to try to keep the pace as methodical as possible, as slow as possible. Don't want to expel any energy. You don't have to, because you're going to have to try to find something in the second half, especially if you find yourself down by 10 plus. You got to be able to have enough energy left in the tank to sustain your own run if you need it.
Yeah, I think they like this pace, Andy.
Yes, it's a manageable pace right now. It doesn't seem one that you have to keep it in check and not let it get out of control, because a couple of quick baskets by CM.
Yeah, shot clock's off here. Pop way downtown is good.
34, Emily Keys for 3.
So that was Emily Keene with the long one. Dormy outside. Got it. Got a 3-ball at the buzzer. So the offense comes to life a little bit for both teams there at the end, and you can see at the end of one. We've got ourselves a good one here. It's the Moose 20, the Seawolves 18. We're back. We'll have the second after this.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center. Central Maine Orthopedics. OA Centers for Orthopedics. All play on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Back here, getting set for the second. Rob Munzing, Andy Munzing here with it. Let me do a little reset here. Do my homework here, get the clock set up to go. Win the second. Okay. I think I did okay that first quarter, Andy. Keeping the clock.
Bad.
Not bad.
Not
bad for an old guy. Been in school since 7 o'clock this morning with early morning bus duty.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a blast, yeah. No fights. So that was good.
The buses kept to themselves.
Yeah, I have not broken up a fight since 1976. Inside to Caitlin, and she's up and home. So good start, Caitlin LaFountain. We were going to wonder if she was going to start in here in the second. She did. Remember, she's playing with 2. (22-18). So just praising myself, Andy, and I forgot to start the clock.
Go figure. Now, it's one of these things that you constantly are talking about when you see a basketball game. You got a player on the floor that has 2 fouls. It's early on in the first half, second quarter in this game here. But don't you take 4 or 5 possessions and just pound the block down low and see if you can pick up that third foul, and it would change the complexity of this game.
Sure
completely.
would.
And it would be worth the 5 possessions that you would take to make that happen.
LaFountain couldn't get the rebound back up on the miss by Sydney Moore. Now Ramirez will hold it outside, directing some traffic. Just starting second quarter of play. Emily Hogan, the lefty, will take it up and won't go, and it's popped around, and they'll fight for it. It'll finally go out of bounds. I think it went off the Moose. We'll see. We're going to get the clock down to 8:47 to make it official, so we're going to let that run right now. Ramirez has got it. She's going to inbound. She gets a little give and go. She goes in, and let's see. Foul's going to be out on the floor to be the first of the quarter. So here to inbound will be the Seawolves. Ramirez. She runs it home. Good job, Abby Ramirez.
Yeah, good job by Ramirez there, attacking the middle. LaFountain was on the right side block, had to step across the middle.
Domi Lewis with it. Domi, crossover dribble, tried to drop it inside to LaFountain, but it was stolen away. Come the Seawolves. Lewis did a good job of maintaining possession, and the ball went out of bounds off of Emerson. So it'll be Moose basketball.
Well, what players are starting to learn now is how to defense the Euro step. So if you get there before, don't get fooled. Keep your ground. Go ahead and stay there. And then the Euro step's going to go right. It's going to walk right into you if you just hold your ground.
They try to get it to Ramirez. She can't handle it. She tumbles down. It's picked up by Ruth, and we get a held ball. 8:05, 22-22. You're watching Muncie Media's Moose Call here from the Augusta Civic Center. Carmen Bragg with the steal. Billings. Moore back outside to Carmen. Carmen's had a good shooting night. She'll drop it inside to Caitlin. Nice step by Caitlin and puts it home. Boy, she made that one look easy there as she stepped inside and cleared the lane for herself, 24-22.
Yeah, she did. She just kind of kept her hips to the left, let the defender go by her, kept her pivot foot, and then used it and put it off the glass.
Back outside. They will swing it around. Emily Hogan. Ruth with it. Ruth's a three-point shooter. We saw her at the Central Tournament. She launched a lot of threes in the tournament there. That's a nice little bounce pass from O'Doul. And it came to Ramirez, and Ramirez put it home. She got a little accidental offense, but she'll take it. So some things going on here tonight. Let's check our clock and see if we've got it. We're just a little bit ahead. 7:14 left. You see the score tied at 24-24. UMA wishes to recognize the University Credit Union. They're here tonight as UMA's special guests for their appreciation of all that the University Credit Union does for UMA sports. It's also going to be staff and faculty appreciation night as well, where each student athlete has chosen a staff or faculty member that has impacted them on their journey through higher education. These staff and faculty will be honored at halftime of each game. We'll also have some halftime guests as well. Joining you for halftime during the women's game will be Justin Jabbar from Waterville. We'll talk to Justin about his first year here as a member of the Moose. And during the men's game, Domi Lewis will come up and join us, and we'll find out all the things that Domi's got going on here at UMA. And I know she's a very, very busy young lady because she's also pulling down some hours right across the way over at the Olive Garden. Moose basketball, they go to work. Caitlin looks to get it inside. Drops it into Kate Stevens. Kate goes up, and before she could, she shuffled the feet a little bit. Win the second. It's tied at 24. Glad he could join us here for this Moose Call. Ramirez has got it. Got it inside, and was that Sanborn, I think, lost the ball out of bounds. But Seawolves inbound. They do a good job. That's a good spin move, but Caitlin's got the rebound. Carmen's going to launch. That one won't go. It's held there and falls down and picked up now by Emerson. And she's got it in the hands of Ramirez. Ramirez, high scorer so far for the Seawolves, the point guard for them. She's a high-energy player. Abdul spins. Back outside. Ramirez holds over the left side. Emerson on the right-hand side now goes and can't get it. And Caitlin LaFountain with another rebound, head of the pack. They got it in the hands of Billings. Billings back outside. Dormy lips it out. You may say, boy, that's a long one. That's in her range.
Yep.
That's in her range. They want her shooting those.
The only thing you want to change on that is if you're going to take that transition three that way, you've got to sense that when you see 15 spotting up out there, you've got to crash those boards.
Ruth is a three-point shooter. She can't get it. In on knee, stripped away. Carmen's got it now. She waits for some help. Bragg. Back out to the right side to Billings. Billings for two. So good contribution off the bench for Billings. She'll hit the pair. Give her team a 2-point lead. So the pace, Andy, you were talking about, I think the Moose like this. Ruth is going to pop outside, iron it up. Domi Lewis with the rebound, right side. Billings again. Billings in underneath to Caitlin. Couldn't handle it. Now she does. Gets it popped back outside. Won't go. Caitlin's going to muscle tussle. They'll let it go a little bit, but then they'll stop it and they'll call hell ball, and it will favor the Moose. 4:55. We're just a little off. Not bad. 26-24. You see the score. Common holding outside. Little give and go. Billings is going to get rejected. That was a nice rejection coming over. Getting all ball that time was Emily Emerson.
Yeah, good play by Emerson. She's impressed me down underneath. Being able to move side to side very well. Play bigger than she is. Take up more space. Means you're playing good basket line defense when you can take up more space than you actually are.
Emily Keene back in the game here for the Seawolves. Comes out to LaFountain. She holds. Swung around outside. Lewis on the take. Back outside. They'll get it to Domi, but they know that she's a shooter right out on her. Inside. Caitlin goes to work. Muscles up and home. Well, she got a beautiful feed, and she spun to that right side. Went up, used her body, shield away the defender beautifully, and put it home. So we got Ramirez going to go to the free throw line. 28-24. Moose over the Seawolves here in this YSCC women's game, conference game. Big one. All these conference games are big ones. Ramirez pops it home. High scorer so far is Ramirez. 28-25. Moose ahead. That one rolls out, and Caitlin had it and lost it. It'll stay. It will stay Seawolves now. Chance to cash in here. They're down by 3. Entry comes in. Almost stolen away. Ramirez got it back. She's going to pull it out. Held now. Keene with it. Farquharson got it stolen away. Let's see. It came over to the Seawolves. Ramirez has got to go because they're down to 8 on the shot clock, and she does go, and she finishes. Abby Ramirez with a big game so far tonight. Here comes the pressure. Common's an excellent ball handler. Got it inside. Now it's loose. LaFountain with it. Skip back outside. Skipped over to the paint. Now inside. Nice feed to Caitlin LaFountain. She goes in. She gets fouled. So good job there by the Moose there on that possession. Couple of opportunities. They took advantage of it, and LaFountain will go to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2.
Yeah, it was a good job by LaFountain to get by the defender and then invite the contact while going out for the shot and making the first of 2 there with 3:34 to go here first half.
2-point lead, 29-27. 3:34, so we're just a little bit off. Got 2. Ramirez. Farquharson's going to pop it downtown and get a 3-ball.
Had some timely shots so far, keeping them in this game just when it looks like the Moose can string together a couple of possessions.
Yeah, nobody's been able to have any kind of cushion here. I think the biggest lead of the game is that 3 points.
It was, yeah, 3 different times.
Yeah. Inside it comes, and Caitlin couldn't get it finished. Ramirez tied at 30. No fouls really to speak of in this quarter. Nice board rip that time by Kate Stevens.
Well, and it goes back to what I had said. The track was laid on the way that the officials were going to call the game, and the players adapted, and that's what you can tell good teams from other teams is when they adapt to the game that's going to be played out on the floor.
Domi trying to get loose and shake one up, but she can't do it. They'll come inside. 8 on the shot clock. Popped outside. Won't go. Common in there. Battles. Kept it alive, but it came right into the hands, unfortunately, for her, of Emily Emerson. And Ramirez has got it now. Pop outside. Ironed up. LaFountain another rebound. Stevens run the floor. Left side, it's Bragg. She'll hold it, get it back outside. Now they'll swing it back outside. Dormy's going to pop one. It's going to iron. Caitlin tried to come in the back door and get the rebound, but it didn't go in and went to Ramirez. Tied at 30. About to hit the 2-minute mark here. Farquharson, she's a southpaw. She goes left side. They read it. Comes right to Ramirez. Ramirez got bumped underneath. 1:54 left. We are official. 30-30. Ramirez got it in. Comes back outside to her. She's going to go left side. Puts up a righty floater. Won't go. Second chance opportunity here. Skipped away, and here comes Dormy Lewis. Dormy on a breakaway. Comes Lewis, puts it up hard. Won't go. Fouled there, but it comes off to the Seawolves. Well, it was good hustle back defense that time by the Seawolves, and we'll stay at 30. Minute and a half. Ramirez traveled. Yeah, you saw that one. Andy went oops. The official in you went oops, didn't he, Andy?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
We like having Andy up here because he knows the calls and the officials, and he was officiating on that one. He saw the little skitter.
Well, I hope I could get that one. I mean, even though we do know nothing.
Dropped in underneath a give and go. Stevens got underneath. She'll get fouled. So good passing there by the Moose. Went to Bragg to LaFountain. Back inside to Kate Stevens. And Kate went up, got fouled. The 5'10 sophomore. Solon, Maine, will be at the free throw line. 1:18 left. She'll try to break the 30-30 tie. She will still try to do that. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have some activities. They have the faculty getting recognized. We'll try to bring you some of that, as well as Justin Jabba will be up here from the men's team. So 0 for 2. Ramirez with it. Left side. Farquharson's going to pop. She irons it up, and Stevens with the rebound. 1 minute mark. Billings got a pop. No, won't go. And shooting hasn't been great either side here tonight so far, as they've struggled a little bit. Part of it is the defensive intensity both teams playing with. Outside, Ramirez with it. She's got Carmen Bragg on her. Seawolves. Got 15 on the shot clock. Floats up. Won't go. Out of bounds, it looks to be. Out of bounds off the Seawolves. Emily Keene last touched it. 34 seconds. Comes Carmen with it. Billings is going to travel. Couldn't get that foot stopped enough, and that'll leave about 27 seconds here on the clock. Shot clock's off. We're just a little bit behind the official game clocks. That will tell you when it's at 10 seconds right now. Popped outside by Cariotis, and she's got a 3-ball.
Number 33, Grace Carotas for 3.
And that will do it. So, the Seawolves with the late 3 by Cariotis will take a 33-30 lead here at halftime. We'll take a little break. We'll come back. We will have some halftime activities for you here from the Augusta Civic Center when we come back after these messages.
Your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
local school.
Say hello to Scrubby. I'm the Spectrum Schnauzer, and I'm ready to go viral on your internet browser. Don't ask me to stay or tell me to sit. I enjoy being active and love to stay fit. Keep an eye out for Scrubby when you're out in the streets. I like high fives better than sugary treats. It's my goal to help others get out and be healthy, but I never turn away a chance at taking a selfie. There's a lot to know about Scrubby, but these are just starters. You can learn more. Just visit Spectrum Healthcare Partners.
We have a wonderful group of physical therapists, physicians, surgeons, front office staff, and clinical assistants who help provide the highest quality of care to patients in need of orthopedic care in Brunswick. Mostly we see sprains and strains. We do provide fracture care for minor fractures. We have a full range of orthopedic coverage, and so if surgery is necessary, we have surgeons that we can refer to in-house who can take that next step and bring the patient safely through the surgical process. I believe the Brunswick office for OA Centers for Orthopedics is unique in a number of ways. We have a very strong community integration with the local high schools and with Bowdoin College. We work closely with the athletic training staff at Bowdoin College to help provide care for their athletes. We also work closely with the college administration to provide care for the staff and faculty over there.
Bowdoin College is one of those organizations that we want the best, and we feel that OA is the best. Their physicians are incredible with our athletes, with our students. Also, they take the time to talk with them and make sure they understand their issue, their injury, what have you, and be able to refer them to the right path. Either is it physical therapy, is it to a surgeon within the OA group. So that is one that we want. We don't want our students to go to one doctor and they have to wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to go to another doctor for another opinion or something. The OA gives us the ability to see our team physician, then within 24 or 48 hours see a specialist if we need to, and be able to get the athletes peace of mind regarding their injury. Also the parents, make sure they have peace of mind that their child is being taken care of at the best possible way.
Physical therapy and occupational therapy at OA treats a variety of problems from your head to your shoulder, to your low back, to your ankle, hand, and wrist. This can be from a trauma, from overuse, sports-related, recreational activities, work, or anything of that nature. We as physical therapists work as part of a continuum of medicine with OA. You can see our doctors in a walk-in clinic or with a specialty visit, and they can manage your acute injury, and then if physical therapy is required, we can be utilized as a recovery tool, either preoperatively, postoperatively, or in association with a regular injury, to make sure that we can seamlessly communicate with the physicians and get you back to what you desire to do. The OA offers several specialty programs. We do running assessments, we do bike fit assessments, we do throwing analysis, we do concussion rehab, we do custom foot orthotics, and golf swing analysis. Here in their Brunswick location, we treat concussions, we do running analysis, we do custom foot orthotics, and we do golf swing analysis. We utilize other resources throughout the company for our throwing assessments and our bike fits as necessary.
One of our specialty programs here is a golf swing analysis. So I'm certified through the Titleist Performance Institute as a golf fitness instructor. And they break it down in medical professionals, golf professionals, and fitness professionals. So I qualify under the medical professional category and just go through and look at a physical screen and a full video analysis of someone's golf swing and break that down. But it's a team approach between those three professions. We look at starting from the head down, looking at neck range of motion all the way down to your foot, looking at different functional movement screens and seeing how someone goes through that. It's not for any set population. It can be your weekend golfer, your golfer with a lower handicap that's played on circuit before. It can be for anyone and everyone that plays golf.
We have a very open door policy where the therapist can wander into my office and discuss patient care, and I can move into PT and observe some of the therapy going on there, and we can really collaborate to bring the best care to the patient.
I just personally feel I came here to work in Brunswick because it's a small town. I'm from a small town, and I like seeing that I treat people's daughters and sons and spouses. Very commonly, we get good outcomes, and patients go and talk to their family members about those outcomes. So seeing the entire family and just getting to know them and build relationships not only with the patients, but their family members is, for me, a fun thing.
One of the other nice things about an integrated practice like OA Centers for Orthopedics is the fact that we can leverage some of our size to provide care that may not be found typically in a smaller town like Brunswick. With our Portland office and with our Saco performance facility, we have at our discretion more tools than might otherwise be found in a small office like this. So I think that's one of the nice things about having a big practice like OA Centers for Orthopedics.
PTSD is something these guys never asked for. It is beyond their conscious control. It is a problem that is rooted in the subconscious, so you can't talk somebody out of PTSD. The problem is so severe that every single day, 22 veterans look at their lives and decide to end it rather than keep living it. To some degree or the other, my entire team has first-hand knowledge of PTSD themselves in various ways, and that helps tremendously because when our veterans approach us, they know immediately. They don't have to explain anything. We get it, and that is part of our success story.
One of my biggest things I do not like is when I'm at a store, the registers. A store I can walk around in. If I get overwhelmed somewhere in an aisle, I'm able to move to a different part of the store, but the register, it's no man's land, and I'm stuck in a line and I can't go, so I don't like people behind me. And when he's with me and he's touching me, I'm a lot more relaxed and I can deal with the credit card and swipe it and not, oh my God, and freaking out.
The program in its current form has taken, I'd guess, about 80 dogs and 80 veterans. Very successfully so, I may add. We routinely see spectacular successes in our veterans, to the point when I usually do the intake when we have a veteran applicant, and I always tell the veteran, actually at the very first meeting, that my personal goal is that within 6 or 8 weeks of starting the program, I want friends, family of the veteran to call me and say, I can't believe that. What have you been doing?
Training was pretty intense, but I found it fun. It got me out of the house. We walk everywhere and meet people that before I would have just kept walking, and now we stop and we talk, and we talk about the program. We talk about him a lot. He brings a smile to a lot of people's faces, and I enjoy that. That makes me smile.
Like having a soldier again. Like you train your soldiers, that's something I was missing. I didn't have that, and it was good to have a group of people that actually listen to you.
As a physician, I think we are well equipped to listen rather than to talk, to be able to view a situation or the world in general through somebody else's eyes. Again, you can only successfully train a dog if you are able to watch what's going on through the dog's eyes.
I've never met an individual like Hagen, who's just so pure, and he's just an incredible man that has helped inspire me to be better. He's helped me with the VA, other medical conditions. He's reached out for me and just been really supportive.
It is tremendously satisfying. I I'm certainly not a hero, but I have the honor of knowing a few. What I learned with the veteran work directly translates into clinical practice and administrative functions to deliver better health care at significant lower cost. PTSD.
Leavitt Hornets have established themselves as one of the leading football programs in the state of Maine.
Goes to down, he's got his man wide open down the seam, going to be 6. Touchdown Hornets, just what the doctor ordered.
And the Hornets know when it comes to fundraising that Maine Athletic Fundraising is just what the doctor ordered.
So here we are today at Leavitt Area High School, and I've been working with Coach Hathaway. This will be my 9th year kicking off his team. They're a great program in the state of Maine, and I enjoy kicking them off every year. They've got motivated kids, and they do a real good job with the fundraiser every year. I think you guys are ready to roll. What do you think? Yeah. Good luck, guys. Thank you. You got it. You're all set.
So we've been working with Maine Athletic Fundraising for the last 10 years with Mark Smith. Mark's been very helpful to our program. The nice thing is we're in the preseason, double sessions, a lot going on, but they come in and take care of everything. Give the players a good talk, pump them up for the fundraising, get them the materials they need and some ideas to sell the cards, and then they get the kids out and go. So it's been very helpful to our program. We've been able to raise thousands of dollars every year, and it helps us out a lot.
Looking to raise money?
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
Is your local school?
So we're back here at the Augusta Civic Center. Rob Munsing, Andy Munsing here at halftime, as we mentioned in the pregame. But if you missed the pregame, some honors here for a couple of our Moose here. We want to send out congratulations to the players of the week, co-players, not co-players, but two of the Moose players of the week, one on the women's side, one on the men's side. There on the left is Caitlin LaFountain, and on the right, Dustin Simpson-Bragg. Congratulations, they are Yankees Small College Conference Players of the Week in their respective sports. Caitlin, of course, for women's basketball, and men's basketball, Dustin Simpson-Bragg. So congratulations to those two folks. We showed you the standings here before. We'll take another quick peek at them here at halftime. You can see why this is such an important game, as Central's out to a 5-0 conference record. Southern Maine at 3-0, and the Moose at 3-1. So that's why this is such a big game here tonight, and has played that way. And it's a big game, and it's played exactly how we thought it would be scripted. A late 3 for the Seawolves, put them out to a 33-30 halftime lead. So we got the scoreboard back up, set to go for third quarter action. Rob Munsing, Andy Munsing here for the call of this one. So to be Seawolves basketball, they're now going left to right on your screen, the Seawolves. Pop outside won't go. Rebounds pulled down by Caitlin LaFountain. Caitlin's close already to double digits. She is a rebounding machine. So the Moose down by 3. Really haven't been able to shake Domi Lewis up for anything there. That rolls out. That was a good take by Moore, and she'll finish it back up. Good follow by Moore on that one. She gets her team within 1. Abby Ramirez, Abby high scorer. Farquharson, she goes. She's stripped away. Good job there by LaFountain. Stolen away by Ramirez back at the foul line. Underneath for the left-handed pop and good. That was Amanda Brett with the basket for 2. Foul in the action, says John McLaughlin, one of the 3 officials here tonight. Foul was on the floor, so they'll inbound. Came in Carmen. Carmen had a good first half for the Moose, but can't get that one down. 3-point game. 35-32. Just underway here in the second half. Ruth with it. She's a 3-point shooter, so they come out on her. Emily Hogan back to Ruth. Ruth tried to drop it inside. She did. She dropped it inside to Brett. But it didn't get down. Comes Dormy with it. Dormy Lewis dribbles outside. She's had a good battle with Ramirez all night. LaFountain out high. Entry into Stevens. Back outside to Lewis. Ramirez is staying right on Lewis. No help defense that time. Back outside the pop by Carmen. She got a netter.
Those are the possessions that the Moose need to hang their hat on here in the second half. Get the ball reversal. Get about 5 or 6 passes over on the defensive side. Spread out the Seawolves. Get them looking left to right. And then take a good shot, because at that point you already have people down underneath the rebound in case you miss.
Comes Ramirez on the take. She puts it up. Good defense by Lewis that time, and Dormy's got the rebound. Here she comes. Numbers for the Moose. Skipped ahead to Stevens. Stevens got possession, goes up. That was good defense in underneath by, let's see who was making the defense. It was Brett, I think. 32. Yeah, it was. It was Amanda Brett. Lewis with it back out. Held out for Sydney Moore. Moore. Bragg's going to pop one. Irons up, won't go. Bragg follows. Bumps it, but comes to the Seawolves. 1-point game, 35-34. Ramirez, right side held. This is Farquharson. She goes left side. She's a lefty. She gets that lane, rolls it out. Stevens rebound. Carmen's got it. Head of the pack now to Caitlin. She's going to stop, pop, and net one. Caitlin doesn't always take that outside shot in. She's a good shooter. She doesn't need to hesitate on that shot. And she took that one with full confidence and popped it home. Remember, Caitlin picked up the 2 early fouls. Root in and out. Stevens, good board.
Well, that's exactly what you want. If you've had to play a half with 2 fouls, you kind of, go into a little bit of a shell. You want to hit your first shot of the second half, and Caitlin did that.
Ramirez zooms down the right side. Keeps going. Goes home. So we got a timeout on the floor. Reset the score here for you. 37-36 is your score. Alumni shout-outs tonight. Jamie, if you're still watching, take a study break. Watching the game here. She's down in Florida at North Florida University. And Keith Chesley. Keith, of course, is working with the Florida State University graduate assistant for their men's basketball program. That was always a dream that Keith had and followed through on it. Say hi to those guys down there. Moore back outside. Lewis, Moore, held. And patient half-court offense as the Seawolves are matched up in man. Ramirez has done a good job coming right out on Lewis. See, she's face guarding her the whole time, Andy. I'm watching off the ball a little bit. The fountain goes. That was good defense by Brett underneath. 1-point lead for the Seawolves, and they're in possession of the basketball. Good one here from the Augusta Civic Center here. YSCC action, league action, and a pivotal early season matchup here in league play. Nice drop inside, but good defense by Stevens. Comes Lewis. Carmen Bragg holds. Here's the cut by Stevens. Stevens goes up hard. No, won't go, and the ball's boxed around. Let's see, they'll contend for it. And stolen away, but it'll go off of the Moose, and it will be Seawolves basketball. We're a little ahead, so we'll hold the clock. 5:29 left. 1 point lead here for the Seawolves. Rob Munzing, Andy Munzing here from the Augusta Civic Center. Ramirez outside. Held now by Ruth. Went inside to Brett. She couldn't get it home. Ball's loose. Who's got it? Carmen. Carmen Bragg with it. Here comes Carmen. Dribbles outside. Lisa for Stevens. Back to Bragg. She thought about the three. Didn't take it. Billings to Lewis. Ramirez. Harassment. Nice cut by LaFount. She goes up, rolls it home, but something's called early. And what's the call? I didn't see anything. I was looking down at the clock. It was going to be foul. So Caitlin's going to go to the free throw line. So
we're going to have a continuation. So it was one of those ones that it's at the discretion of the official. The foul was called correctly. It was on the floor. The continuation then happened after the foul was called. That's why there's one shot.
So they were going to count the points. So we'll update there. 1 point lead. Yeah, that's one of those discretionary calls.
It is, and that it's called correctly, and that just goes to show how far you can travel with 2 steps. Because it looked odd that there was that much ground covered after, but that's the way it's supposed to look. That was textbook.
Well, this game's in good hands with those guys out there, for sure. Ruth has got it out high. She's going to hold. Ramirez now. Head of the pack now. Billings, she was waiting for somebody to show up, and coming in the back door was LaFountain in another back door. That worked out to be a beautiful,
Can't draw it up any better than that.
Play. Wow. Ramirez with it outside. This game is swung back and forth to like 3-point leads being the max for either one of the sides. The Seawolves had a 3-point lead at the half, and the Moose have clawed their way back out to a 3-point lead here, 40-37. So Billings will go out. Emily did a good job with her time in. Outside, this is Abdul. She holds. Entry pass inside, and good step over defense by Stevens there. Knocked it away to Lewis. Stevens here. Bragg cut through. They almost found her. Here comes the entry pass into LaFountain. She got double teamed, so she got it back outside to Carmen. She's going to skip it left side now, and this is Sanborn. Sanborn to LaFountain. She'll take the little elbow pop. It won't go. Rebounds loose, and they'll fight for it, and let's see. It's going to be a hold, I think, a call on the floor to go against the Moose. That'll be on Stevens, her first. Team's second. Both teams have 2. (40-37). Here comes the entry. Nice step over by Stevens, and Sanborn was trying to scramble for it to get it. Couldn't do it. It'll be Seawolves basketball. 3:15 left here in the third. Comes out to Ramirez. Ramirez on the take. The dish underneath to Abdul. Abdul almost lost the ball. Went up. Couldn't get it home, and LaFountain with the rebound. Skipped ahead to Bragg. Bragg went right through Caitlin's hands, and good save, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that was a great job. Who are they going to give it to? Yeah, it's going to go to the Moose. That was a great hustle play. It was a Stevens there, I think, with the hustle play.
No, Sanborn.
Oh, Sanborn with the hustle play. Nice job. Good harassment defense. Sanborn's got it here. Skips it outside to Carmen. Ramirez. Lewis trying to shake free, and she finally does. And there she goes. Well, you could see she finally shook free of Ramirez. Abby Ramirez has been in harassment mode all night. This is the biggest lead here, 43-37. 2:40 left. We're a little ahead of it. Let you know we'll be here for the men's game as well. Not sure. I think the men's team ended up with a shoot-around at halftime. That's why we didn't get Justin Jabar on. We'll try to get Justin on in a future game. We're supposed to see Domi Lewis coming up during the men's game at halftime. So, and those are a little bit easier to do because the women will be all done their games. So I want to thank all the fine support staff here at UMA. Earl Kingsbury and his staff always get us set up here high above courtside. Glad we could be with you here from the Augusta Civic Center as we're into full throttle on our college schedule. If you didn't know, we're also doing Central Maine Community College games this year, so we're bringing you a full dose of YSCC. I talked to Coach Jen Laney. She couldn't be happier than we're doing the games on there because it gives her another opportunity to scout, she told me. So she's very happy with us being down there as well. So we'll try to hold the clock for about a couple more seconds and make it official, okay? Abdul with it. She makes a little room for herself and gets a little pop home. Comes Carmen with it. Carmen's going to pop. Lips out. Fought around. Ruth has got it. And here comes Abby Ramirez. Ruth on the strip. And it turns it over to the Moose under 2 minutes. And Sanborn couldn't keep that right foot quite where she wanted it and turns the ball over.
Well,
Ramirez with it.
Well, if you're the Moose here, you're in control. It's only a 4-point lead. You had it at 6. The last 2 times, the Seawolves have tried to work the ball down in on the paint. Here's the 3rd time in a row. That's going to be...
Let's see what they're going to call.
Easy call there. The 3rd time in a row that they've tried to get the ball down in on the paint. They've had success because 3 times they've had 2 layups, and now they're at the free throw, the free throw line, chipping away at this 4-point lead with the clock stopped.
Emily Emerson will be there. And an important note on that foul. That's Caitlin LaFountain's 3rd foul. 1:44 left here. First one rolls out for Emerson. She'll get a second. 43-39. You see the score. We're in 3rd quarter action.
Any one of the Seawolves down on the floor right there. I thought that sub would have been for LaFountain. So for her to be on the floor right now, if you're a Seawolf, you have to be aware of that if she gets one more foul, she's going to be out for the remainder of this, and if not a majority of the 4th quarter.
Comes back outside. Going to get a foul called. Going to run some clock down to 1:29, make it official. 1:29, 3-point lead. Comes back outside to Caitlin. She's going to get it to Bragg. Commons had a good offensive game tonight. Stevens all the way over left to Sydney Moore. Moore got cut off, in trouble. Domi with a tough shot, makes it. Little pull-up pop there from the left baseline for Lewis that time. That was a tough shot. She was off balance, got the shooting motion in tack, and got the elbow square to the basket, put it home. This is way downtown, and the rebound comes way out to Ruth. Right side, Ramirez. Now, 26 shot clock. They reset it. Here goes Ramirez for 2.
Little inside-out dribble right there. You just kind of take the ball, look like you're going to go crossover, keep it on your right knee, and opens the lane up. Nice finish. Good move, good finish.
Little give and go. Carmen's got it inside. Now she's going to wheel it back outside. They almost left her alone. Now thrown away. And we're going to get a hell ball, I believe, and it'll favor the Moose here. So they'll have final possession. Shot clock's at 18. Game clock at 32. Carmen's got a look. She's going to pop it. That won't go. Came off to Ruth and will go. Held outside. 15. We're a little behind. Ramirez, shot clock's off. Emily Emerson's going to pop it home. She 2-point basket, I think, that time for Emerson. Emerson did that. I think she was the one that hit the shot, Andy, at the end of the half there for the Seawolves, and she popped one home there again. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have a good fourth quarter coming up here from the Civic Center after this.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center. Central Maine Orthopedics. OA Centers for Orthopedics. All playing on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Back here to the Augusta Civic Center. Rob Munsing, Andy Munsing here for what should be a good fourth quarter. Seawolves led by 3 at the half. UMaine had it up, I think, as they got a 6-point lead at one time, Andy. That's been the highest lead in the whole game. And now the lead is just a single point, and we're starting fourth quarter action. Abdul, Ruth. Lost it. Carmen's got it. Good job by Carmen. Here comes Carmen Bragg. Reverse dribble. Pops it back outside. They go into Caitlin. She puts it up and got it home. They count the basket, Andy? I believe they are, right? They did. Another one of those continuation plays like we talked about just a little bit earlier. So another chance for Caitlin to cash in here. Extend the lead to 4. And she will.
And the extra point is good.
The extra point was up and good. Right through the goalpost, they say. 48. 44, 4-point lead. Chance for the Moose here. See if they can extend. They'll drop it out high. Lewis. Bragg's got it. Carmen's got the left side. Loops it up and underneath, and a little contact here. They let it go. Caitlin got bumped a little bit, but play on. The Fountain tries to go, and now she gets fouled. 9:07 left. Four-point lead. Out of bounds, it'll be. Lewis, she's got a look. That one rings out. Ramirez. 4-point lead. Seawolves looking to cut into it on this possession. Ramirez will bring it back out. She'll get a pick out high. Emerson setting the pick, but they won't use it. It'll come to Cariotis now in the game. She's going to pop it downtown. Irons up. LaFountain skies for the board. Caitlin's got a bushel full of boards, as she normally does in the course of a game. Skip down along the baseline, and that one will go out of bounds. Tightly contested game. Biggest lead of the night. The Moose had a 6-point lead. I think the biggest lead of the night so far for the Seawolves was that 3-point lead, Andy.
Yep.
Ramirez gets it back outside. Pop way downtown, and Caitlin does a little board cleaning again. Comes Carmen Bragg with it. Carmen's going to pull it out. Skipped right to Stevens, and Stevens wasn't sure she had an open shot. Get it over to LaFountain. LaFountain back outside, and that was ripped away here by Ramirez. Here she comes on Lewis. Goes up, throws it up, and gets fouled.
Well, if there was ever a time for the Seawolves to try to find some point to use some momentum, it could be that possession right there that they kind of thwarted for the Moose. They got a great opportunity down here in transition to score 2 points here with the clock stopped. They've had a couple of good possessions. UMA kind of, a little spotty on the last couple. So they really have to tem the tide here.
Seawolves have struggled a little bit from the line here tonight. Ramirez is going to get a second one, trying to make it a 3-point game. And she does that. Knocked away, but Lewis has got it. Dormy's going to stop, pop, glass, won't go. Rebounds Ramirez. Here she comes. She's a scooter. She's on Bragg. Bragg defends her, and Ramirez puts it home. Abby Ramirez has been the offensive show so far here for the Seawolves, and they have pulled here within one. We'll update the score for you, and you'll see 48-47. 7:24 left. We're in the fourth. Stay with us after this. We'll shut this one down quickly so that we can get ready and bring you the men's game here and be in its own separate location on the MunseyMediaSports.com page. UMA would like to welcome Team Phoenix. They're here from China Middle School. After the Thanksgiving Day break, UMA has University of Maine at Machias on 11/28, and the women play Bunker Hill Community College at home on 11/29. One-point game. Common pulls it back out. She's working on Ruth. She drives now baseline. Dishes back outside. They tried to get it to Lewis for a three, but they're right out on her. Bragg with it now. And we're on the floor, going to get a bump. That's the third foul, Andy, on the Seawolves. That could be a factor as we move forward. Caitlin got it back outside. They roll around, a little give and go. LaFountain's got some territory in there. They're battling. It was a good battle with Abdul inside. 6:52. Teams are going after each other, and they have since the get-go here. It looks like Caitlin's holding her elbow a little bit. Not sure. She got bumped on that. Well, whatever happened, she got the ball quickly and got fouled again.
Didn't even see what happened. I looked for 1 second down at my roster, and there was a foul.
Yeah, I went to.
I don't know if she got held on the floor trying to go set a screen.
Yeah, I think she maybe did. Yeah, but she's shooting, so she must have been in the shooting action, Andy. So she'll get two. She'll net the first one. Free throws probably will be a deciding factor in this one, as it is a close game, a 48-47 game. We're in the fourth. 6:45 left from the Augusta Civic Center. Caitlin LaFountain gets them both. Ramirez, she's been a spark plug here tonight as well.
On that one, you just got to let Ramirez, she's beating you off the dribble, just let her try to make that off-balance shot. Don't put your body into her after she's already by you. It's an easy call for the official, and if you play the percentages on that.
Well, she's had a little trouble from the free throw line. She's been there a lot. We don't have her stats. Both ring out.
It's her fifth miss this half on the free throw line.
Emily Billing got the rebound. Dormy's got it. Ramirez has got it now. In she goes. Can't get it. Roos got it back to Ramirez. Little two-person game tipped away. Who's going to have it? And it's going to be out of bounds. Here comes some pressure by the Seawolves. Carmen gets bumped. We'll let it go. We got to catch the clock up. 6:20 left. Comes in. Stevens to Carmen. Carmen got a lane. Brings it back out. Finds Billing. Now they'll launch it inside to Stevens, who wants to go. She does. She stays with it, and now it's going to come off. Rebound pulled down there by Kariotis. Ramirez with it. Left side. 3-point game, 50-47. Your Moose in the lead. Kariotis holds out high. Abdul wants to launch a long one. Does. Ball comes off, and Lewis tracks it down. She's got LaFountain with her. Ahead to LaFountain. LaFountain does a nice job left-handed and gets fouled. She did a good job. That was a tough one to receive, Andy.
It was on her back hip. She was able to get it on her back hip and transfer
and not
over
travel.
And not travel. Keep the pivot foot, absorb the contact, and find herself at the free throw line for a couple more free throws that can put a little more distance on this 3-point lead, 50-47.
LaFountain's good. Emily Emerson checks back in the game, number 15.
Caitlin LaFountain, too good at the line.
52-47. Importantly, Andy, the foul situation favors the Moose here. That's 5 fouls now, so the Moose will shoot. Only 2 fouls against the Moose. So that's pivotal heading into the final 5:33 of this one.
Yeah, it is, because if you're the Moose, you can just hammer the ball down inside and know that absorb any contact, and you're going to be at the free throw line. So it's one of these things here with this rule change, Rob, or not change, but the rule in the 4 quarters is you got to kind of adapt the way you want to attack the 4th quarter in a game like this. Do you really start attacking early so you can get to that 5 mark so it can slow you down? You know, it's one of those things that you have to plan for quarter by quarter as opposed to half by half, where the cumulative fouls in the first half and second half. So it's a whole different
strategy, right? Farquharson's going to get the second. She missed both, but she gets a rebound. And, yeah, I thought she was a little early. They don't call it that way. But the foul, back-to-back foul, so it's 5-4 now in the foul. Ramirez to inbound. Having trouble getting it in. Almost a 5 count.
There it is.
And it was a 5 count. Not only was it almost a 5 count, it became a 5 count. 5:22. Good one here from the Augusta Civic Center. Emily Hogan will check in here for the Seawolves. Pressure coming. They've got out of Carmen Bragg's way, and she'll do her magic. She's a good press breaker, and she gets bumped. And there's your foul situation, Andy, right there.
There it is. Funny 5-second count story. We had a question, when does the 5 count end? And I said, with the V. And everybody looked at me crazy. This was in one of the clinics that we had.
Yeah.
They're like, the V. And I was like, when you say 5 in your head, 5 you say the V. Everybody thought I was crazy, but that's when the 5 second would end, when you say V. Anyway, people thought I was serious. I was joking.
Did he get extra credit for that one?
No, I didn't even get a laugh. I got crickets. That's what I got.
They didn't get it?
Nope, no one got it.
Yeah, well.
I did.
Conversely, the Moose are doing a good job from the free throw line. Ramirez, she's going to pop it outside. Won't go. LaFountain to Bragg, and they can't put the pressure on when they don't make the shots. So Moose break the press. You would think they would start to squeeze out those seconds on the shot clock. Dropped away and on the floor, and everybody's got it. Now we're going to get a foul called.
Well, and that's what you can't do if you turn the ball over if you're UMA, because what you're allowing the Seawolves to do now is cut into the 7-point deficit, the largest of the game, with the clock stopped. If you turn the ball over, no big deal. Don't get any of those hasty fouls, because the officials have been calling those ones, and they're easy all day.
Yeah, now both teams are at 5 fouls, Andy, so we'll be shooting on any fouls for the final 4:48 of this one. Abby Ramirez will get a second one. She's really played a dynamite game. She'd like to get a couple of these freebies, though. She drive that one up there. Carmen thought about it. Caitlin's got it, but she got stripped from behind by Ramirez. Did a good job on the sneak attack. She's got it back. Abby Ramirez outside now. 54-48. Ramirez holding the ball. Emily Hogan's going to put it up. It won't go, and let's see who's it called on. And it's going to go against. Not against, out of bounds. Off the Moose. That was good battle underneath. We're a little bit ahead, 4:21, so we'll hold our clock. Bragg on the defense of Ruth on the inbounds. Comes in. Ramirez, as you would expect, she's got it.
Big shot
and
there.
She'll hit a three. 54-51. Called from the bench for the Seawolves' defense. Sanborn takes and hits it. Big one there for Sanborn. So Catherine Sanborn, that's a big basket. She took it with confidence, went to the hole, gives her team back 5-point lead. Moose would like to dig in on the defense on this possession right here. Emerson's going to go, dishes it underneath. It was a good dish, lost out of bounds, and it'll be Moose basketball. Good help defense by the Moose, 3:39. It'll be LaFountain against the pressure. Boy, Bragg does such a good job of handling that pressure. She's really cool, calm. Domi Lewis has got to take. Glass, no. Caitlin LaFountain, no. Loose. Ruth is going to let it go out of bounds as Sanborn couldn't track it down. 5-point lead, 56-51. Glad you could join us for this Moose call. High above courtside at the Augusta Civic Center. Rob and Andy Munzing here with you as we head down into the closing stages of this one. Ramirez has got one launched outside. It won't go. They'll fight for the rebound and come off to Domi. Lewis. Dominique Lewis dribbles out of trouble. Bragg held now wide by Moore. Sidney, reverse dribble, gets it to LaFountain. LaFountain goes baseline, tries to make something happen there. Can't. Rebound. Good job on the rebound. Pulled down there by Emerson. Ramirez goes. They let her go and they try to avoid the contact, but she's a kind of a master at drawing that, and she does. 2:47. In the fourth.
That's what good point guards do. They get your hips open in the wrong direction, and then they run at the hip that they just opened up that they know is in the wrong place. And you have nothing to do but just absorb the foul and try to get out of the way.
Well, Ramirez hit that one to close it at 4. Ramirez will get a second one here. Launches, irons, no. Second chance. Emerson goes up and locks it home. 2-point game, 56-54. Sanborn looking for some help. Throws it into traffic and it's stolen away. And LaFountain's going to get called on the foul. It's going to be number 4, I believe, on her. 2-point game. .229 left.
Nope, the foul went.
Ooh.
It went the other way.
Okay.
So we saw the result of the foul on
I
the
guess
fountain.
we did.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. So big Moose possession here. Runner. Home! That's a big one by Carmen. The cool, calm, collected Miss Carmen Bragg on that one. What a nice take that was. 58-54, 2:15 left. We'll stay with it here. Reset the game situation for you. Both teams are at the 5 fouls, so we'll be shooting the rest of this both ways.
Well, the big thing that the Moose have to do is if the ball gets taken down inside the paint hard, stay on your feet, do not foul. And if you do find yourself in a position where you do have to foul, don't let the shot get off. Do not give them an opportunity to 3-point play. If you're going to foul, stop the ball from going up if you find yourself in a bad defensive position. And don't forget, you're still up by 4 points.
Right.
That's what a lot of teams make the mistake, that they get rushed, that they get worried. Got to know how to play with a lead.
And foul outside. Down to 2:07. We're a little ahead. So this is going to be Alicia Ruth at the free throw line for 2. Rolls the first one up and out. Stays 58-54. Check-ins coming here for the Moose. Emily Billings coming in. Kate Stevens coming in. Ruth with the shot. Nets that one home.
Number 5, Alicia Ruth, 1 good at the line.
3-point game. Bragg with it. Common goes back off. And there's the Ramirez, the spark plug. Puts it up, can't get it, and Moose got the basketball. 146, we're down to. 3-point lead. Want to take some time off on this possession. They come in here to LaFountain, and LaFountain gets held. 137 left. Big free throws coming up here for Caitlin LaFountain. Katie Bergeron getting an explanation from John McLaughlin over there, but first one's good. Makes it a 4-point game, 137 left. We told you free throws would factor into this one, and they have. LaFountain hits 1 of 2. So we'll stay 59-54, 2 possession. Ramirez goes, loses, let's see. He's going to stay with the Seawolves. 129 left. Seawolves to inbound. Comes the entry. Getting a take and a 2 was Emerson. 59-57. 116. Kick back outside. Lewis is going to hold. 15 on the shot clock. Moose looking to milk it. Got to think LaFountain's going to get a touch shortly. She does. She gets double. Stevens is open, and they can't get it to her. Ramirez has got it. One basket game, 2-point game. Hogan with a 3. Rings it home for the lead.
Wow, what a shot.
Emily Hogan. And now we get stoppage of play. Moose will take a timeout as Hogan shook herself loose in the corner and hit the left-handed 3-ball to give Southern Maine one of their first leads here in the whole second half. They led by 3 coming into the second half of play. The Moose tied it up and went ahead, and the Moose have been ahead for the most part. 3, 4, 7 at the most has been the lead. We want to let you know the official clock is 46.5, so we'll try to sync our clock up with that on the inbound. Moose have some work to do. You got to think there's a couple of possessions left in this one. Obviously, the shot clock at 28 for the Moose, and probably the Moose want to, they don't want to come down to it. They want to give themselves enough opportunity, Andy, I think, on this. I think you just play a regular possession. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see how it plays out, but I think you want to give yourself a time to have multiple possessions if you get a miss on this, so that you can still play defense and, foul later if you have to, or do whatever you got to do.
There's so many different scenarios, especially now with SM, being up by that 1 point. Now they're in the driver's seat, and they're going to be playing some pretty tenacious defense. So maybe you could get a couple of quick passes and get in behind the line of defense while they're stretched out.
We're a little bit ahead on the game clock. We'll tell you what it is. Billings has got it. It's more important on the play right now. 35 seconds. Up and dropped home for LaFountain to give them the lead. And that will give the Moose the lead.
Well, and what it did right there, which you never see this happen, is it's forced UMA now has an extra possession. There's 31.6 on the game clock.
Yeah, we're resetting our clock right now.
So what that
they
means,
actually reset it up there as well,
34
Andy.
30,
They
okay.
set it to 34, so we'll do that as well.
Because I didn't think that much time got off the clock. So what UMA did with the quick basket is now it forces SM to get a shot up before the end of the shot clock.
They
so
do.
if
And
it goes in,
Yep.
and that's why you have that opportunity.
That's what we were talking about.
Exactly
right. Yep. So Coach Laney agreed with me, who knows nothing about basketball. But anyway, comes in. That was Hogan. She hit the three, so they came right out on her. So it looks like the Seawolves want to hold. Moose stepping up on the D. There's another three. That won't go. Rebounds pulled down. Let's see. Seawolves. And now they've got it, and she's harassed, and it's loose. And Moose got it. 7 seconds left. Lewis has got it. And she's fouled. 4.7 seconds left. We're going to call it on our clock. We'll call it 5. That's as close as we can get. Moose up by 1. With free throws to come for Lewis. Two will make a big difference in this one. Domi hits the first one. She hits the second one. It'll take a long-range one for the Seawolves, and you got to make sure that you don't foul the three-point shooter in that case. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And probably what you do is you just play good defense. You don't want to foul a three-point shooter, but we'll see how it goes. This is a big shot. Goes out. Rebounds loose. Let's see. Ramirez got it. And she came down the left side, and they called timeout immediately. So let's reset it right here. So it's 62-60. We've got the score correct, and we're down to 2.4 seconds left. So let's call it 3 seconds. So a 2-point basket, and there's plenty of time with 3 seconds left. Inbound spot, Andy, will be just about center court, I believe, on it, right? So we'll see whether the Seawolves will go for the 2-point basket or whether they'll try to put the knife right to the Moose with a 3-point basket. So it's going to come right down to the wire. Just what we said at the beginning. This would be a nip and tuck game, and boy, it has played out exactly that way. 62-60. 3 seconds left. 2.9 officially. Ramirez to inbound. She'll probably inbound and get it right back would be my guess. Here it comes. We'll watch it play out. Close to 5. It comes in. The shot, counted if it goes. It won't go, and the Moose will win. The Moose with a big 2-point victory. They win this one 62-60 over the Seawolves. And a great YSCC Women's Conference game here from the Augusta Civic Center. A hard-fought game we predicted, a hard-fought game we got. You see the final again. The University of Maine at Augusta Moose women win by 2, 62-60. Well, congratulations to the Moose women. They come out with a hard-fought victory over their in-state rivals, the Seawolves of Southern Maine Community College. So that's going to do it from here. Stay with us. We'll be back for the second game of our doubleheader shortly from the Augusta Civic Center. Congratulations to the Moose on a big win on Faculty Appreciation Night. So, for Andy Munzing, I'm Rob Munzing. Glad you could join us. Final score, the Moose 62, the Seawolves 60. So long, everybody.